Another early start. Why are away days always so early, Soph?
Because we decided not to travel the night before and get the first train or bus or plane out of here. So we're always going super early.
Well, coffee is the treat du jour so far this morning. Ready to get our train to Brussels to see the Lionesses play.
Yeah, I love Belgium though. Hopefully get some ice cream, if I'm allowed. And maybe a beer.
Or waffles, or chocolate, or chips, fries.
Good morning and welcome on board this train to Amsterdam. First stop will be Brussels Midi, then Rotterdam and Amsterdam Central.
Nous sommes arrivés encore, déjà vu, except this time we're in Belgium. Here we are. Belgique, très bien. Chilly old day in Brussels, but we have arrived. Time to find first stop.
More coffee?
Yeah. Okay, so we have arrived in our hotel near the train station. Very nice hotel. Big bed, big shower, chocolates on the bed. Can we get much better than that?
No. Quintessential Belgium, I think.
Very happy indeed. We are two tired girlies today, but we are looking forward to this match. In a weird quirk, it is also being played at the King Power in Leuven. What are you hoping to see from this one, Soph, based on what you saw last week?
More goals. I think I've said it before that everything England did was quite good on Friday, but they just couldn't score and make it more comfortable for themselves. And Sarina Wiegman called that for that in her press conference yesterday. She said she's really pleased with the energy and the build-up play, but it's that final execution in the final third that is just letting them down at the moment. And the important thing is that you win the game. That's the most important thing. But I think it would be really nice for England to be able to get a comfortable victory and, settle a few people's nerves around the team. It's always hard coming back from a World Cup, especially a World Cup final when you lose. I think it's hard to get your mentality back, but they were definitely a lot brighter than they were last month and a lot sharper on the ball, so you would expect to see progress. If they win, then it's pretty much down to that game at Wembley about who tops the group between them and the Netherlands. So get the job done today and then they can focus on that.
True. They still have Scotland left to play though, don't they? Up in Scotland, so they have to beat them.
But the Dutch took joint top with them, so that's the ones they're really vying for, I think, for that top spot.
Hoping to see Niamh Charles start again?
I hope so. I think she did really well down that left side. I think it's quite a natural position for her, and it means that there's more energy or dynamism maybe to England's play. I don't think we'll see many changes tonight, to be honest, from the starting 11 that started against Belgium on Friday. I think if they get a couple of goals in, then we might see the likes of Grace Clinton or something like that being given a debut. But I think it will pretty much be the same starting 11.
Do you think Fran Kirby will start or come on as a sub?
Well, I would actually advocate for her to start because I do think Ella Toone has been struggling a bit. We've seen that. I think there was a pass between her and Leslie Russo made the run, and when Ella Toone's in form, she makes that pass every single time, and she completely held it up, to be honest, and it just shows the kind of lack of form that she's been in recently. She barely gets a rest, so that's part of it, but she's also not in form. So I think giving Fran Kirby at least 55 minutes, like we've seen her been getting for Chelsea, build her up, allow her to work in those spaces would be quite cool.
And also I think she might be the key to unlocking some of those opportunities and maybe giving England a bit more directness. But we shall see how it goes. First things first, we need to get some food. So we have found ourselves a lovely little bar come restaurant, had some lovely food, all filled up and ready for the match. Susie, are you expecting many changes? We came to know Sarina Wiegman as someone who never changed anything during the Euros, and then she became Tinker Tailor Sarina Wiegman during the World Cup. Do you think we'll see many changes today, particularly that given we're playing the same opposition 2 games in a row? Susie Rack from The Guardian, your opinion, what do you reckon?
I don't think there'll be many changes. I personally would like to see Fran Kirby from the start. I think that strengthens England significantly. It's not that I don't think Ella Toone is a good player. I think she is. I think she looks quite tired and looks like she needs a rest and has played a lot of football. So yeah, I think there'll be minimal changes given how necessary a win is in the hunt for a spot in the Olympics.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Exactly what Sophie said about Fran Kirby.
I third that as well. So she came on, 65 minutes in the first game? So enough to kind of get her legs warmed up and, comfortable. We've seen her on for longer periods for Chelsea. I think she's definitely ready to start and then see how she's getting on, manage her minutes, etc. and bring on Ella Toon if you need to.
And one question on Niamh Charles. What did you make of her appearance last week?
I thought she was absolutely brilliant. I loved the return to the back four. I still think we're probably a little bit more attacking with the back three that we saw in the World Cup, but actually bringing Niamh Charles into the mix, it allows her and Lucy Bronze, one of them to go, one of them to not, and I actually thought that she was the attacking outlet and we didn't see as many balls into the box from Lucy Bronze as we would normally, and I quite liked that actually. I thought she was brilliant defensively and going forward.
Brilliant. That is Freya Carruthers. Thank you for giving your opinions, gals. We have fueled up on food, need to get some caffeine. Late kick-off here, 8:45, but let's see what the game brings.
So we are having a party here in Leuven. There is some proper, I don't know what we call it, house, techno, dance music going on. Yeah, proper party going on. So it's half-time here in Leuven and it is 2-2 at the break. It's been a bit of a crazier first half. I don't know what it is about this ground, but it seems to spring goals. Last time I was here, England drew 3-3 with Belgium. So yes, interesting first half. England didn't start well. They conceded that early free kick and they probably should have done better defending it from Deneve, but then they got into their stride. Alex Greenwood unfortunately got a really bad head injury and we really hope she's okay. She had to get taken off on a stretcher, but then England did sort of bounce back and come back into the action. They started possessing the ball much cleaner, and it was Lucy Bronze who headed home the equaliser. She loves a looping header, does Lucy Bronze. And then it seemed all systems go from there for England. Fran Kirby got on the score sheet for the first time since Euro 2022. Great to have her back. But then another really quick break from Belgium. So Tessa Willett played through, and she scored the equaliser just before half-time. So 2-2 at the break. Lots to play for in this one.
We are 83, about to hit the 84th minute in. This is such a frustrating watch. Belgium have just been awarded a penalty. What a great time to be recording a voice note. It's been such a frustrating 2-2, but no goals in the second half. I may have just jinxed that. But yeah, England haven't been great, just struggling to be creative, find each other, make simple passes. Nikki Everard has made a few good saves in goal, but let's see what Mary Queen of Stops can do. She went the right way, but she could not get there. It was a super goal from Tessa Willett. This song really came back during the Men's Rugby World Cup and I absolutely love that it's being played here. What a banger.
So it's all over here in Leuven, 3-2 to Belgium in the end, to the delight of the home fans. You can hear them behind me, they're having a right old party. England dropped to their second Nations League defeat. Olympics are now looking pretty unlikely for them. They just were not clinical enough again in the second half, and then Tessa Willett's penalty in the 85th minute was the decider. They will have to improve as they welcome Netherlands to Wembley next month. There is a lot of work to do.
So we are finally back after a disappointing loss for England. Pretty gross weather too, and pretty late back as well. I'm tired. I don't know about you, Soph.
I'm absolutely exhausted. Yeah, we're curled up on the couch trying to recover, I think, and replenish our energy before the weekend.
Yeah, and all round, another international window done, and all round, I think, for home nations, pretty disappointing. Great for Ireland, because the Republic of Ireland have qualified for or been promoted to League A with 2 games to spare, playing in what can only be described as the most horrendous conditions I think I've ever seen in a football match.
Yeah, there was water everywhere. It was pretty much, I think we said it before, it was pretty much a swimming gala rather than a football match. I don't know how the referee allowed the game to continue, to be honest. The ball wasn't bouncing or rolling for that matter. You played it along the ground and it just sat there. I remember Katie McCabe took off down the left at one point and she just left the ball completely behind her, and it's only a few steps down that she realised it was no longer with her. So horrendous conditions. I think because they had to get the game played, I think that's why the referee was so insistent that they played. But probably some questions around that.
Yeah, it was pretty farcical, pretty stupid, just to be honest, just looking at it and seeing that it had carried on. Northern Ireland drew with Hungary, and that was what Ireland needed ultimately to guarantee promotion from that match in this leg. Scotland lost to the Netherlands, but a closer match than the previous, and Wales lost to Denmark, and again a closer match than previous. I think we'd said this, that we generally see the team maybe that loses in these back-to-back games gaining the most from them and learning the most from them, and maybe the team that wins is a little bit, I don't know, takes the foot off the gas a little bit, I don't know. But maybe, from an England perspective, it's making Olympic qualification look pretty tricky, out of their hands. Sarina Wiegman didn't sound overly concerned, to be honest. It was her summary of the match.
Yeah, of course we're very disappointed. We're a bit frustrated too. I think this was very unnecessary. What we wanted to do is, of course, playing better than Friday. And we won Friday, and a couple of things we wanted to do better today. And at the end, we were too sloppy. So they had more counterattacks than they had Friday. They did that well, but I think we could have done better. Still, I think we made the game. We were in possession so much more than they were, and I think we did create lots of chances. We just at the moment struggling with getting the ball in the back of the net. And then if we have the moments that we lose the ball at moments and parts of the bit where we don't expect to lose, then they are really dangerous in the counter-attack, and that's what we saw today. Of course, the first goal was a free kick, but the other moments also in the first half, we had some more moments like that. So that's, we have work to do. As always, we always have work to do, but today we had hoped to do that better.
What did you make of her thoughts?
I wouldn't be overly concerned either. And I know in this world at the moment we need to be super reactionary about everything, I think. But I do think that if you look at the context for it, and yes, they definitely need to improve and they need to work, but the context around it as well is really important. They've come off the back of a major tournament where they reached a high of reaching a World Cup final, and then there's serious down of losing that final. And it will take a bit of time, I think, for players to get back to full potential. I think there were some real positives in the game. I think the Fran Kirby, obviously, standout positive. She just links the play so well. We predicted her beforehand to come in, and she did the job. She got her goal, which was great to see. And she is really good in those tight spaces, which is crucial for England, I think, and is an element England have been missing for a little while. I think Kira Walsh was really good as well. I think we missed her last month in the opening Nations League fixtures. Back, she's spraying the passes around. She has an almost telepathic relationship with Lucy Bronze, and that crossfield ball was always on, and it could have resulted in a couple more goals. They would have hoped that, but yes, that's a real positive as well. I think the defending will be the big question. There was chaos at times. Neither central, once they lost Alex Greenwood, that disrupted the back four as well, but the centre-backs didn't have a good game, whether it was Millie Bright or Jess Carter who came on later. They really struggled, especially with the pace of Tessa Woolard in the counter-attack. But things to work on, things to improve on for sure. They need to be more clinical in goal. They could have made it 3-4-1 before half-time, and that would have set the game away differently, like it would have done in the first leg as well.
So it does all come down to 2 big games, Scotland in Hampden Park and the Netherlands at Wembley, which England will have to win both of, and I think they then need to rely on other results as well. Maybe I'm being selfish, but if there wasn't an Olympics next year for us, that wouldn't be the absolute end of the world.
You're not allowed to say that.
Shh, okay, just pretend I never said that. We are now regrouping for WSL, back again, looking forward to this one, some big fixtures. We've got Aston Villa, Chelsea on Saturday, and then we've both got separate games on Sunday, so plenty to talk about in our next episode, and we will chat to you then. Bye!
Bye!